So welcome back to the next lecture. So in previous lecture we have seen some introductory part of activators and inhibitors and their mechanism. Okay. So there are three types of mechanism for inhibition. One is the competitive, another one is the uncompetitive, and the last one is the non-competitive inhibition. So first of all we'll start with the competitive inhibition. So in competitive inhibition, or all the three types of mechanism, we'll use the dissociation constant of a enzyme inhibitor complex. Why we are using this dissociation constant? Because the product formation or the rate of product formation will indirectly depends upon the this dissociation constant of our enzyme inhibitor complex. Okay, so in this mechanism, so if an inhibiting substance which can bind at the enzyme's active site, then there will be competition between what substrate S and the inhibitor I for the enzyme formation. So like this is the action of inhibitor. So basically what we want, that enzyme E should first come like connect with this substrate, and it should give enzyme substrate complex, and finally it should give the product P. Okay, so this is our desired reaction, but due to the addition of some sort of inhibitors, what we are observed along with this reaction, there is one another type of reaction that is observed, which is what enzyme E is interacting with inhibitor I to give this new type of complex, which is enzyme inhibitor complex. Okay, and there is one assumption has been made that this new complex form, that is EI complex, is that not available for binding with the substrate S. Okay, and this complex is quite strong, or the quite stable one. So due to this, there is a less availability of the enzyme for the product formation. Okay, so effectiveness of this enzyme will be get diminish or decrease. Okay, so overall we can say that this due to this inhibitor, the overall concentration of enzyme is get decrease. Okay, so overall the chemical process for the formation of product can be represented as this general reaction, which is what E plus S giving ES. This is the general mechanism we have seen for the Michaelis-Menten also. So this is the first step. Then in second step we can say that the concentration of enzyme inhibitor complex, which can be determined by the this equilibrium reaction, that is E plus I giving EI, okay, enzyme inhibitor complex. So in the system, the concentration of free enzyme E is what? So overall we can say that the free enzyme concentration E is, it is what previously we have obtained for this Michaelis-Menten mechanism. So this E0, which is the initial concentration, so that is distributed into what, the free enzyme E, that is remaining enzyme, plus enzyme substrate complex, that is ES, and lastly there is no new one type of complex is again formed. What was that? It is E into I, or EI complex. So overall we can see this initial concentration of enzyme E0 is distributed into free enzyme, enzyme substrate complex, and lastly enzyme inhibitor complex. Okay, so overall how will you obtain the value of this E? So value of E is equals to, so the free enzyme, that is E, is the total concentration E0 minus ES and EI complex. So the dissociation constant for this equilibrium reaction can be written as, so dissociation constant is what, inverse of product or the formation constant, that is E into I upon EI. So indirectly we can write for the EI as E into I upon KI. Okay, KI. So this value of this free enzyme is not obtainable directly, so we have just substituted the like the other values for this E, that is E0 minus ES minus EI, into that I will remain as it is divided by KI. So here we are just using some simplification steps. Like first step is to like cross multiply this KI to this type. So KI into EI is equals to E0 into I minus ES into I minus EI into I. So we have just obtained the value for this enzyme inhibitor complex. Okay, so EI value is what, E0 minus ES into I divided by KI plus I. So this just give this equation number 2. Okay, So for the complex formation, that is ES, the changes in the concentration with the time, which is what the difference between the rate at which ES is formed and the rate at which it is getting dissociated. So this is the statement of what? This is the statement of our steady state approximation, and we all know that this enzyme substrate complex is what? Is a short-lived intermediate. So we can apply this steady state approximation on this ES complex. And what is that steady state approximation? So the rate of change of concentration for this ES is simply equals to 0, or the another statement is the rate of formation for this ES complex is equals to rate of decomposition for this ES complex. Okay. So this is the statement of our famous steady state approximation. So we are simply just applying this steady state approximation on this ES complex. So this d by dt of ES is equals to 0. This is the statement of steady state approximation. So from mechanism we can write k1 into E into S minus k minus 1 into ES minus k2 into ES is equals to 0. So for this value of E, we can substitute the k1 into E0 minus ES minus EI into S minus k minus 1 into ES minus k2 into ES is equals to 0, or just simply multiply by this S to overall this term. So that is k1 into E0 into S minus k1 into ES into S minus k1 into EI into S minus k minus 1 into ES minus k2 into ES. Okay. So this is the overall simplification. So what we are really required, we just require the value of ES, because the rate of product formation is depending upon the concentration of this enzyme substrate complex. So we just try to simplify this ES term. So there is ES, here it is ES, here and also here. So we have just taken that terms on the right hand side and just try to simplify that. So overall we get k1 into E0 into S minus this k1 into EI into S. Okay. So this is the numerator term, and denominator term will be what? K1 into S, this is first term, into k minus 1 plus k2. Okay. So next step is to divide by k1. Okay. Those step or the simplification step that we are using is same as that we have used for the Michaelis-Menten mechanism. Okay. So once we have try to thoroughly understand that Michaelis-Menten mechanism, then there is no need to have the other simplification step, or try to remember that just Michaelis-Menten mechanism. So other three mechanism will be quite easily been obtainable. Okay. So next step is to simply just divide by the k1. So this k1 get cancelled, this k1 get cancelled, this k1 will get cancelled, and here it will be k minus 1 plus k2 upon k1. But for this type of constant we have obtained one famous constant, which is what? Michaelis constant. Okay. So this ratio of constant is simply we have represented by using some another constant, that is Michaelis constant. Okay. So here we see this, that E0, what is that? E0 is the initial concentration of enzyme, which is known to us. This concentration of substrate is also known to us. Only the thing is that we don't know the concentration of this enzyme inhibitor complex. Okay. We don't know the concentration of this enzyme inhibitor complex. So if we don't know that value, so what we will do, we just simply substitute the value for this EI, which we have obtained from the equation number 2. Okay. So next step is to just substitute this equation number 2 in the given equation. We get the simplification step. Okay. So this ES is equals to E0 minus E0 into I minus ES into I divided by Ki plus I into S. So this is the value for what? So this is the value of our enzyme inhibitor complex. Okay. So this is the value for enzyme inhibitor complex. So the next step is just try to simplify this overall bracket. Okay. So this simplification is quite lengthy one. Okay. So this simplification of this bracket will take around lots of time. Okay. So we'll try to see this simplification in the next lecture.